Why surgeons are being forced to consider ethnicity in prioritising patients. How Auckland Transport's new parking plan hopes to make getting across the city easier. And $1 million bombshell. Prince Harry's court case takes a costly turn. Te Mārie, I'm Sherry Kinnear, and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Auckland surgeons are now being required to consider a patient's ethnicity when deciding who should get an operation first. It's one of 5 components in the new equity adjuster tool to Whatu Ora's rolled out in the Auckland region, alongside clinical priority, time already spent on the wait list, location and deprivation level. ACT leader David Seymour says someone's ethnicity should never be a barrier to when they receive health care, while Auckland-based surgeons spoken to by our newsroom say it's medically indefensible. But Waikato University Senior Research Fellow Rawiri Keenan says there's a reason it's an important factor.
Even when you adjust for rurality or job or income, people on the same low income, Māori or Pacific, still have a worse outcome or access care.
Auckland Transport says its new parking plan will make travel easier across the city. The plan would see parking on some major roads removed or restricted to certain hours. It's to allow for more transit and bus lanes. AT will also start charging park and ride users who don't actually use the intended public transport. They're also looking at having a small number of spots which will be able to be pre-booked. In world news, Prince Harry's High Court complaints are on course to cost UK taxpayers more than £1 million. His bid to hire a UK police guard cost just over £500,000 to defend when rejected last month. According to The Sun, he aims to overturn that verdict later this year, with the cost likely to be another £500,000. Earlier this year, he lost his latest legal bid over his security after being slammed for trying to use the Met Police as private bodyguards for the wealthy. And US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has arrived in Beijing on a high-stakes diplomatic mission. He's there to try to cool exploding US-China tensions that have set many around the world on edge. He's the highest-level American official to visit China since President Joe Biden took office, and the first Secretary of State to make the trip in 5 years. The trip comes after he postponed plans to visit in February after the shooting down of a Chinese surveillance balloon over the US. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more news worth knowing, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.